Today we're going to talk about algebraic relationships with equations. So before we do that, let's go over what we did about our last lesson about rules. Algebraic relationship with rules. So Mikhail saved $7 of his paycheck the first week. He saved $14 the second week. He saved $21 the third week. He saved $28 the fourth week. Create a table. Okay, I will create this table. Yeah. So in this table, I'm going to label it X and Y. And so what is the independent and dependent? Week is independent. Dependent variables will be dollars saved. But you might say, but why? I don't get it. Why? How do you know which one? The dollars saved is dependent because it's dependent. The amount of money he makes is dependent upon how many weeks there are. The more weeks there are, the more money he saved. The less the week, the less money he saved. That's why this is independent, this is dependent. So he saved 1 week, he saved $7. 2 weeks, $14. 3 weeks, 21. 4 is 28. Did it stop there? Then write a rule relating the paycheck amount to the number of weeks. If this pattern continues, how much will he save the 6th week? 5 is 35. 6 is 42. So what is the relationship? Usually there is a column right here that says relationship. So what is the relationship from the independent to the dependent? From what I can tell, you are building it up by 7. So the rule is building up by 7 times 7. That's a scale factor here. You're building it up. But we have X right here. So it's X times 7, flip it around, 7x. Either one is correct. So X times 7 or 7x. So that is our rule. That means you're doing 7 of the number. So that's why if you wanted to find the 9th week, it would be 7 groups of 9. That would be $63. So earn the 9th week. So what is an equation? An equation says that two things are equal. It will have an equal sign like this. So an expression, again, is a math sentence with no equal sign. An equation, on the other hand, is like a math sentence with an equal. It tells you what's this value. So this equation says what is on the left is equal to what is on the right. So an equation is like a statement. This equals that. Again, an expression has no equal sign, just like this. It's this. This one says this is equal to that. And then the second thing we're going to learn today is a linear relationship. We're going to learn how to draw lines. So we are going to graph lines. We're going to get a algebraic relationship, and then you should be able to create a line from it, a straight line. As a reminder, independent is x-axis, dependent is y-axis. So, write an equation to represent each relationship between the independent and dependent. So what's happening to 1 to 9, 2 to 18, 3 to 27? I think you're building it up by 9, by 9, by 9, by 9, by 9. That is the relationship. So you have x, you're multiplying it by 9, and it equals y. Before, we just wrote this. That's an expression, x times 9. You're just multiplying by 9. But now, if you multiply 9, what do you get from it? This equals that. You're getting the output, or the y. Another way to write this is flip it around. Y is equal to x times 9. Or another way to write it is y is equal to 9x. This is the preferred one. So say that to get the output y, or to get the dependent, you must multiply 9 by the independent. So you must multiply 9 groups of the input, 9 groups of the input, 9 groups of the input, which is the letter x. Next one, what's the relationship here from 10 to 1, 20 to 2 thing? From what I can tell, you're breaking it down, so I just say you're dividing by 10, dividing by 10, dividing by 10, dividing 10. Or, you would be all fancy and all, another way to say it is you're multiplying by 1/10. You're multiplying by 1/10. You're multiplying by 1/10. Multiplying by 1/10. Because 10 times 1/10 is 1. 20 times 1/10 is 2, and so on. So let's find the equation from this. So you have x, you're dividing it by 10, and it's equal to the output y. Or let's flip it around, y is equal to x divided by 10. Or another way to say it is y is equal to x over 10. Either one is correct here. Either one makes sense. Y is equal to x divided by 10, or y equal x over 10. So next one. What's the relationship here? Is you're building it up. Is it building up by addition or building up by multiplication? I think we're adding 9 here because I know it's not multiplication because I know 21 doesn't go into 30. This one, I think we're adding 9 here. We are adding 9 here. So the relationship is an additive relationship. We're adding 9. So input is x, you're adding 9 to it, and then you get the output of y. Flip it around, or y is equal to x plus 9. And that is our answer. You can even say y equal x 9 plus x, but this, I'm just going to keep it like that one. Only in multiplication it matters where the coefficient or the number should go in front of the variable. That's more algebra. You'll see that more in 8th grade, depending on if you're pre-AP or not. So now, given an equation, can we create a table and a graph from it? So our equation is y equal 5x. Represent each relationship with a table and graph. So our relationship is 5x. So I'm going to, since our thing here, our input, so this is input, x, and this is output, which is y. Since our input goes from 1 through 10, let's use 1 through 5. So if I input a 1 into this function, that's why you had the function machine, input it into this relationship, what's 5 groups of 1? 5. The output is 5. If I input a 2 into this relationship, the 5 groups of 2 is 10. 5 groups of 3 is 15. 5 groups of 4 is 20. 5 groups of 5 is 25. So let's graph this. 1 goes, the output is 5. 2 is 10. 3 is 15. 4 is 20. Does it make a line here if we had connected it? This is a linear relationship right here. If you connect the dot, it will make a line. So it's linear. So from here, we input 1 through 5, and we put it into the equation of 5 groups of it, 5 groups of the input. You get these output. And then it makes a line out of it. So what we did is this table is equal to this graph, and a graph is equal to equation. They all mean the exact same thing. Did you know you can get this equation from this table, or you can get this equation from this graph, and vice versa? In our next example, let's use a real life example when you see these. A cell phone company charges $20 per month. Write the equation that describes the amount that a cell phone user would pay if they use the phone for X months. Represent the relationship with a table and graph. Label the axis. So we know input is down here, output is here. Months is this, so that's months. And this is dollar. This is dollar. Why, you might say again? Again, why? The dollar is dependent upon how many months there are. The more months you have, the more money you have. That's why this is the this is the independent. X is always the independent. Dependent is the Y. Something you're going to have to memorize or just know. Independent, because it's science class. I think you've already learned this already. All right, so let's look at this. It goes positive, so let's just use the first 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. It charges $20 per month. So in the first month, it will be $20. In the second month, it will be $40. It's $20 per month. Third one will be $60. Fourth month will be $80. Fifth month will be $100. So what is the relationship from the input to the output, or from the months to the dollar amount? if I am not mistaken, I think you're multiplying by 20. That is the relationship. So let's graph this now. So we created our table, now let's graph. In the first month, you pay $20. In the second month, you pay $40. In the third month, you pay $60. In the fourth month, you pay $80. Fifth month, you pay $100. Is this a linear relationship? Does this create a line? It does create a line. If you connect the dot, it will create a line. So what is the equation right here? Y. Well, there's two ways you do it. So we know we multiply by 20. What are you multiplying by 20? The x. So you can say x times 20 equals y. You can flip it around. Y equal x times 20. You can flip it around. Y equal 20x. All of these are the equation. They all mean the same thing. Why? You have the input. You're given an input, which was one of the months. You multiply by 20, you will get the dollar amount, the y. Or to find the dollar amount, you have to multiply the month by 20. Or to find the dollar amount, you got to multiply the 20 by how many months? $20 per month. So each one of these are work. However, which one of these three do you think is preferred the most? I think this one is preferred the most. I know this is the one that's preferred the most because you're saying that to find the dollar amount, you must multiply $20 per month. That one makes more mathematical sense. Next one. So, in here, they're going to show you different situations. This is a more high level. This is definitely GT right here. So, if you're academic or watching this, you can stop it right now. Or you can continue on. So, there are different types of graphs here, and they are given different situations. Can you match the graph with the words, the verbal description? A theme park charges $35 plus $5 to see each movie, each show. So you paid $35 just to go in. You can't even see a show. You're just paying $35 to go in. Then if you want to see a show, you pay an additional $5. So which one shows this? Let's see. Let's look at this one right here. This is right here. You go in, and you don't see any shows. You paid $35. Oh. And then you see a show, you pay $5 more to see a show. So now you pay $40 to see one show. I think it's D. And then you want to see another show, two shows, that's $5 per show, that's $10 plus $35 to go in, that's $45. So two shows, $45. So it is D. Number two, a plumber charges $60 for a visit. Just to come visit your house as a service call. You pay $60. Then they charge $15 for every hour for them staying. So which one would show this? Let's go here. Well, all these numbers are too low. Let's look at A. Oh, they charge $60 just to come visit you. 0 hours. Then you got to pay an additional $15 for them to work on your plumbing. So that's $15 more to $60 is $75. And it goes right here. And I think A is the answer. Next one. A photograph website charges $30 for a 1-year membership. So you pay $30 just to join them. Then you have to pay $4 for each picture order or photograph order. So which one shows it? You pay $30. Then you pay another $4 for every photo you order. Let's look at this one. You pay $30, you get no photos. You pay $4 more, you get a photo, so it's $34. It is B is the answer. And number 4, a bank charges $28 overdraft charge plus $2 for every overdrawn check. So you pay $28 right here. And then if you have one check that is bad check, you pay another $2 more, that's $30. Another bad check, you pay $2 more. So all of these are linear. All right, so it's A, B, C. So what we did here is we are given an equation. You're able to create a table and a graph from it. Or maybe you were given a table and you can create a graph and equation from it, and so on. So in this one, you just need to find the relationship between the two. So an equation is where this is equal to that. It's not a math expression, it's just a math set. It's just 5 plus 3. That's it. An equation is like 5 plus 3 is equal to what? That is 8. So this is algebraic relationship with equations.